I'm feeling it more now that the adrenaline is gone and I decided to run with it. So I do feel a bit more pain as compared to last night.
The Tokyo World Championships were supposed to be Julien Alfred's crowning moment. The 24-year-old sprinter from Saint Lucia came in with the season's fastest 200-meter time, the reigning Olympic 100-meter champion, and the weight of expectation on her shoulders. Fans, analysts, and rivals were watching closely, convinced she was about to add another global title to her name. But instead of celebrating another golden run, the athletics world was left stunned as her journey took an unexpected turn. Julien Alfred's season leading into Tokyo had been nothing short of remarkable. Back in July, she clocked 21.71 seconds in London, making her the fastest woman in the world over 200 meters in 2025. That time didn't just put her ahead of her competition, it placed her among the all-time greats of the event. Every sign pointed to Tokyo being her championship. Her consistency across both sprints only reinforced the hype. She had victories on the Diamond League circuit and one of the sharpest start phases in the sport. Add to that her Olympic gold from Paris in the 100 meters, plus a silver in the 200 meters, and Alfred was clearly entering her prime. She wasn't just fast, she was reliable, dominant, and hungry. But athletics is never just about talent. Timing, health, and luck play roles too. And on the eve of her most anticipated race, all three turned against her. After taking bronze in the women's 100-meter final in Tokyo, Alfred admitted she had been battling discomfort before even stepping onto the track. She revealed that during warm-ups, she felt her hamstring tighten. It was a risk to even line up for the 100 meters, but her competitive spirit pushed her forward. She finished third, an impressive result given the circumstances. Yet behind her calm demeanor was a growing problem. Her agent, Henry Rowley, soon confirmed what many feared. Alfred had suffered a grade 1 hamstring strain. In sprinting, even the smallest muscle issue can be the difference between victory and disaster. For Alfred, it meant her 200-meter title chase was suddenly in jeopardy. What followed only added to the drama. While her agent quickly announced that her season was over, Alfred herself hesitated to confirm. Speaking to reporters the day after her 100-meter bronze medal ceremony, she said she hadn't fully decided. "I do feel a bit more pain now as I decided to run the race last night," Alfred admitted, "but overall, I'm deciding to wait for my team to see how we go forward with the decision. I'm still deciding. I have one more day to see how it feels and then go from there." Her words gave fans hope. Was she tough enough to push through? Would she defy medical advice and run anyway? For a moment, the possibility lingered, but it didn't last long. Shortly after, the Saint Lucia Athletics Association released a formal statement. They confirmed that Alfred would be withdrawn from the women's 200 meters at the 2025 World Championships. The decision was unanimous, made in consultation with her medical team and management. This decision was made to prioritize Julien's health and long-term career. The statement read, "They praised her resilience and excellence, reminding fans that her bronze medal already proved her world-class ability." For Alfred, it was a crushing blow. For fans of Saint Lucia, it was heartbreak. Their brightest sporting star had been denied the chance to deliver another historic moment. What makes this moment so difficult isn't just the injury itself, but the context. Alfred wasn't just any contender, she was the favorite. She had the fastest 200-meter time of the year, and by a significant margin. Her 21.71 in London put her clear of rivals like Melissa Jefferson-Wooden, who had run 21.84. With American star Gabby Thomas withdrawing earlier due to an Achilles injury, Alfred looked poised for a clear path to gold. Instead, the field is now wide open. Jefferson-Wooden, fresh off her 100-meter world title, suddenly has the chance to chase a historic sprint double. Jamaica's young stars are circling too, eager to claim the spotlight. For Alfred, sitting on the sidelines while others fight for the medal she was expected to win, must feel devastating. Julien Alfred isn't just a favorite because of one spectacular season. Her rise has been building for years. Born in Cicerone, Castries in Saint Lucia, she showed sprinting talent early. She moved to Jamaica as a teenager and then earned a scholarship to the University of Texas, where she developed under top collegiate competition. Alfred broke through in the NCAA circuit, setting top times in both indoor and outdoor sprints and winning multiple titles. In 2025 alone, Alfred had some of her strongest races ever. She opened her 200-meter season with a 21.88 at the Tom Jones Memorial in Gainesville. She also won big in the 100 meters that year, including setting a season best of 10.75 and securing several Diamond League victories. Those results didn't just build her confidence, they built expectations. Alfred had everything: speed, consistency, and the momentum you need heading into a world title. That's why the news of the hamstring strain hit so hard. It wasn't just losing a race. It was losing the opportunity to cap a near-flawless build-up with gold. Injuries are an unfortunate reality in athletics, but timing makes all the difference. For Alfred, the hamstring issue struck at the worst possible moment. A gold medal in the 200 meters would have cemented her status as the undisputed queen of sprinting in 2025. Instead, she leaves Tokyo with a bronze in the 100 meters, a remarkable achievement, but not the finish she wanted. It also raises questions about recovery. A grade 1 hamstring strain is considered mild compared to more severe tiers, but sprinters live in fear of recurrence. Pushing too soon can risk long-term damage. That's why her team chose caution. Sacrificing one championship is painful, but protecting her career for future Olympics and World Championships is far more important. Sports scientists often note that hamstring injuries are the most common issue among elite sprinters. Studies show that nearly 1/3 of sprinters experience some form of hamstring strain in their careers, and recurrence rates are high if rehabilitation is rushed. Alfred's cautious approach reflects not just her team's advice, but the broader science of protecting long-term performance. For Julien Alfred, the journey isn't over, it's just delayed. At 24, she still has years of peak sprinting ahead. With the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics on the horizon and multiple world championships still to come, she has plenty of chances to add to her medal haul. The key now is patience, recovery, and smart training. Alfred herself remains optimistic. Even through the disappointment, she reminded fans that setbacks are part of every champion's story. What matters is how you respond. And if her career so far is any indication, she'll come back stronger, hungrier, and even more determined. The 2025 World Championships may go down as a missed opportunity for Julien Alfred, but it doesn't define her career. Her speed, talent, and work ethic have already made her one of the most exciting athletes in track and field today. This setback is just one chapter in a much bigger story. For now, her rivals may celebrate in Tokyo, but make no mistake, Julien Alfred will be back, and when she returns, she'll have more than medals on her mind. She'll have a point to prove. When Julien Alfred crossed the finish line in London in June, she didn't just win another race. She announced to the world that the 200 meters might have a new queen. Running 21.71 seconds into a headwind, Alfred sent shockwaves through the sprinting world and put everyone on notice for the upcoming World Championships in Tokyo. Let's break down what happened in London and why this performance changes everything for the 200 meters at the World Championships. Alfred's London run wasn't just fast, it was historically fast. That 21.71 makes her the joint 9th fastest woman in history over 200 meters. But here's what makes it even more impressive. She ran that time into a negative 0.6 meters per second headwind. In track and field, headwinds slow you down, which means Alfred's actual speed was even more incredible than the time suggests. The Saint Lucian sprinter didn't just edge out the competition either. She beat her training partner Dina Asher-Smith, the 2019 world champion, by more than half a second. Asher-Smith ran 22.25, which is a solid time by any measure, but Alfred made it look ordinary. Even more telling, Alfred visibly slowed down before crossing the finish line, showing she had more in the tank. What we witnessed in London was the emergence of a completely different Julien Alfred than the one we saw at the Paris Olympics. At the Olympics, Alfred won silver in the 200 meters behind Gabby Thomas, running 22.08 to Thomas's 21.82. In that race, Alfred had a decent start, but seemed to lose ground coming off the curve before rallying in the final 60 meters. Many experts thought fatigue from competing in both the 100 and 200 meters might have affected her performance. Fast forward 11 months to July 2025, and we're seeing a transformed athlete. Alfred's approach to the 200 meters has completely changed. Where she once reacted to what other runners were doing, she now runs her own race from start to finish. The technical improvements are obvious to anyone watching. Alfred's transition from the curve into the home straight, which is often where 200-meter races are won or lost, has become a major strength. She's carrying her speed better and maintaining that blazing pace all the way to the line. But the real story behind Alfred's transformation goes much deeper than just technical improvements. This is an athlete who nearly quit the sport entirely just months before the Paris Olympics. Alfred has been open about struggling with mental health issues and finding herself in what she called a dark place. Speaking about that difficult period, Alfred explained how the pressure of expectations almost broke her. She said, "You would think that winning a global medal at the time would really motivate you for more, but it actually took a toll on my mental health, because I felt like I had to go out there and perform, and I put so much pressure on myself." The turning point came when her coach, Edric Florial, asked her a simple but powerful question: "Are you ready to be an Olympic champion?" That question helped Alfred refocus on what really mattered and rebuild her mental approach to competition. The work she's done with Florial on visualization and race modeling has clearly paid off. Alfred now talks about being more confident, stronger, and more relaxed than ever before. She credits her coach with teaching her how to stay calm under pressure, and it shows in her racing. Alfred's physical development has been just as impressive as her mental growth. She's expanded her training to include longer distances and indoor space that allows her to maintain her speed through the full 200 meters. Alfred calls power her superpower, and she's been working specifically on strength training to maximize that natural gift. "I'm really strong, especially in the weight room," Alfred says. "The power that I produce when sprinting is definitely my superpower. That power is now being channeled more effectively than ever before." The 2025 season has been a showcase of Alfred's new consistency. She's won all 3 200-meter races she's entered this year, and her 100-meter performances have been equally impressive. She set a meeting record of 10.75 seconds in Stockholm and has only lost one 100-meter race all season. Even when injury forced her to withdraw from several meets in August, including races in Silesia, Lausanne, and Brussels, Alfred bounced back with authority. Her victory at the Diamond League final in Zurich proved her form was still intact and her fitness was where it needed to be for Tokyo. What makes Alfred's current form so dangerous for her competitors is how controlled and calculated her racing has become. Where other sprinters might panic or try to do too much, Alfred seems to have found that sweet spot where she's pushing hard but staying within herself. Bernard Williams, speaking on the Ready, Set, Go podcast, captured this perfectly when he said, "She's one of the most consistent 10.7, 10.8 I've seen since Shelley Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson. Even when she lost to Melissa, she was still running just as strong as if nobody was in front of her. That's a dangerous person." That consistency and composure under pressure are exactly what you need to win at the World Championships level. Alfred has already proven she can handle the biggest stage, winning Olympic gold in the 100 meters and silver in the 200 meters at Paris 2024. But her current form suggests she's operating at an even higher level now. The competition in Tokyo won't be easy. Sha'Carri Richardson is the defending world champion and will be looking to reclaim her crown. Melissa Jefferson-Wooden leads the world this year with a personal best of 10.65 seconds in the 100 meters and has been in excellent form. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the greatest female sprinter of all time with 5 world 100-meter titles, is competing in her final season and won't go down without a fight. But Alfred's London performance showed she's ready for that level of competition. The way she dominated that race, the margin of victory, and the fact that she made it look effortless all point to an athlete who has reached a new level. Alfred herself seems to understand the significance of where she is right now. When asked about her goals, she's been clear about what matters most. She said, "I'm more of somebody who prefers medals over time. So, if it comes down to just a slow time, but I have a gold medal, I'm sure you will remember me as a gold medalist." That mindset shift from chasing times to focusing on winning races is often what separates good athletes from champions. Alfred has the times now. That 21.71 proves she has the speed to compete with anyone in history. But more importantly, she has the mental approach and race tactics to turn that speed into victories when it matters most. The technical aspects of her racing have also evolved significantly. Her starts have improved, allowing her to get out with the field from the beginning. Her curve running, always a strength, has become even more dominant, and her ability to accelerate through the final 50 meters of a race has reached elite levels. What's perhaps most impressive is how Alfred has managed all these improvements while dealing with the pressure and expectations that come with being an Olympic champion. She's handled the responsibility of being St. Lucia's first Olympic medalist with grace and maturity, even as her island nation declared Julien Alfred Day in her honor. Alfred's approach to handling criticism and negativity has also shown her mental strength. "I am a child of God. I do not want anyone spreading negativity over my life. I cannot control what anyone else does, but I am covered by the blood of Jesus, she said recently, showing the faith and confidence that anchor her approach to competition. Looking ahead to Tokyo, all the indicators point to Alfred being in the best form of her career. Her training is progressing well, with her coach noting they're currently at 80% intensity with room to build toward the championships. Her recent race results show she's maintaining her speed and fitness despite a busy competition schedule.
Oh, Divine.
A 15-year-old just did the unthinkable, ran faster than Usain Bolt and Noah Lyles did at the same age. Divine Iheme is rewriting sprint history before he's even old enough to drive. His 100-meter and 60-meter times are leaving experts stunned and fans in disbelief. This isn't just a rising star. This could be the beginning of a once-in-a-generation phenomenon. Back in August, just weeks after finishing year 9, Divine ran a jaw-dropping 10.30 seconds in the 100 meters. At 14 years old, he was already rewriting the record books. That time didn't just beat Bolt's age 14 record, 10.57 seconds, and Noah Lyles' best at that age, it shattered them. It also broke the previous age group world record of 10.51 seconds held by Jamaica's Sachin Dennis. To put things into perspective, that time would have placed him third in the British senior men's 100-meter championship. It also would have qualified him for the Olympic final in 1996. Divine isn't just running fast for his age, he's running world-class times, period. Divine added to his growing list of achievements by smashing the indoor 60-meter world record for a 15-year-old. He clocked a lightning-fast 6.71 seconds at the BFTTA Indoor Series in London, breaking a 23-year-old record set by Jamie Samuels in 2002. Even more impressive, he broke it twice, running 6.72 and then 6.71 in the same competition. He now ranks 4th on the UK U18 all-time list for the 60 meters, just 0.02 seconds behind Mark Lewis Francis's 1999 record of 6.69. This kind of performance at such a young age is almost unheard of. So where does this speed come from? It turns out Divine was born into it. His mother, Nkiruka, was an international sprinter for Nigeria. She represented her country at the 2002 Commonwealth Games before settling in the UK. His father, Innocent, was also a national-level sprinter who competed in the 100 meters and long jump. Divine's speed is no accident, it runs in the family. But it's not just genetics. Divine is coached by his mom, who now runs the PWD Athletics Academy. She's known for her military-style discipline, having served nearly a decade in the British Army. And she applies that same focus and structure to training Divine. They pray together before training, practice with intention, and focus on one clear goal: improvement. She's tough, really tough, very specific, Divine says of his mom. Their training is focused on technique, explosiveness, and discipline, not heavy weightlifting. Divine has never lifted serious weights. Instead, they use bodyweight exercises, bounding drills, and technique sessions. It's all about learning how to run efficiently and powerfully without risking injury at such a young age. At just 7 years old, Divine was already training in parks, doing hill sprints and hurdle drills. His 2 older brothers, Praise and Wisdom, were also involved in sports, and the family often trained together. In school sports days, Divine was already dominating. "I'd always win the 75-meter dash and the 200-meter by a big margin," he recalls. He also competed in long jump, foam javelin, and 600-meter races. But he quickly realized that sprinting was his true passion. "I hated the 600-meter, I remember crying," he says. By age 13, Divine was already running under 11 seconds. His time of 10.86 that year made people sit up and take notice. But he didn't let it go to his head. He just kept training and pushing. His breakout came at Lee Valley in August when he shocked the world with his 10.30 second 100 meter. "I remember on the day the timer was delayed," he says. "I was crouched, waiting. I saw 10.3 and I started screaming and shouting and running around. I was really surprised." His mom was in Nigeria at the time but watched the footage. "We were jumping up and down," she laughed. The moment was electric. Even the commentator couldn't contain his excitement. What's even more inspiring is Divine's humility. He doesn't brag. He trains hard, stays grounded, and respects his opponents. "They are all very happy for me. They are also using me as a target, he says about his competitors. Divine also keeps a strong connection to faith. He goes to church twice a week and surrounds himself with a positive, supportive team. One of his training partners, Ruby Rogers, says Divine's humility, focus, and faith inspire the whole group. Despite his growing fame, Divine still finds time for school. His favorite subjects are PE and business studies. He enjoys volleyball, badminton, and learning about sports psychology. His schoolmates often joke, "I can't believe I'm friends with the world record holder." And he has big dreams. "I'd just love to compete in the Olympics for Great Britain," he says. "Run the 100-meter flat, the 200-meter flat, and the relays." His training sessions remain focused on long-term success. The emphasis is not on short-term gains or pushing his body too hard. Instead, his coaches focus on technique, mental toughness, and smart training.